What can HR leaders do to prepare their organizations for a future where we will likely see more virtual or hybrid working?
We often talk about leadership by walking around the office. We talk about having our ears on the ground. Well, this remote and hybrid working, you'll find that walking the office will not give you the full reality because people are not congregating together as much, right? So for me, HR leaders need to find a way to get the pulse, the sentiment, and basically listen. How do we listen in a remote and hybrid working manner? I think that's one of the very, very important things. The other thing I think is balance. We see that remote working has its impact where people do not know how to switch off. They find themselves working longer hours, and they find themselves having to do triple the times of meetings in order to align and collaborate with people. You can't just rock up to someone and say, hey, what do we do? How do we do that? And you need to set up meetings. And then you need to set up meetings. Oh, that's a good idea. I need to talk to the other person about this idea. Then you have to set up another meeting. So that balance of all these meetings versus deep work versus well-being and mental well-being, I think it's something around that is important and emerging that we need to work on. For me, the final thing really is about social capital and culture. In a virtual world, and we just did an experiment, we did a workshop around pride and purpose, and we had a in-person version in one country where people could still come together, and then we had a virtual version, right? Very similar type of work, but the NPS score of the sessions were different. They were both extremely good, 90% or more, but there is a marked difference between that thing. In the new world of Pokemon Go, how do you think about having virtual employees? So whether it's an avatar, whether you have a enterprise version of Animal Crossing where people can badge other people, thank other people in that virtual world. And how do you think AI can help in doubling people's perspective if in fact there are two people working at the same time? There's my physical self and my virtual self could be the systems or the knowledge systems within Grab and pulling insight that's relevant to me without me having to read that 50 documents that's out there. So that emerging idea of a virtual worker that is an extension of the physical worker is, okay, this is Chin Yin crazy thinking. It's a very interesting and highly, something that really increases productivity. It has great impact if you can make a different version of yourself, productive at the same time while you're working.
Wow. Well, I love that. Can you let listeners know how they can stay in touch with you or follow you on social media?
LinkedIn is probably my most, professional self, something that I'm active on. Honestly, if anybody is on Slack, you can also Slack me, inter-company. And the last way is create the enterprise system or the enterprise version of Animal Crossing. And I'll be the first one to sign up. And you'll see my little avatar.
Chin Yin, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you very much. And thank you for introducing me to Graphosaurus as well.
Thank you so much, David. And have a good day.
In this series, we will be speaking to a range of senior leaders who are pushing a data-driven and digital HR agenda. Make sure that you subscribe via your podcast app of choice and also via our YouTube channel for free and regular interviews with the digital HR leaders of the future.